Anyone want to start this off?
Yeah, you can start. You're the singer.
I want to be the humble one of this band.
That was never going to happen.
I know.
Thank you for joining us on Canary Sessions. My name is Hudson, and today in the studio we have Knowne Ghost. Guys, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Asking me why I smile when I think it's obvious after a while that if we could we'd both stay, but the time it won't sit still. Now the night walks by though we try to keep it near. There's stoplights between where we are and home. In a silent car with the two of us sitting close. Neither of us can think straight. When these thoughts they don't go away, but we can't bring ourselves to face what we're scared to face. That we got stoplights. All those times I said goodbye. Well, I was too scared to look you in the eyes, but I got everything left to fear. Whether you leave or you stay here, but now nothing good comes to us without a cost. It's dear. There's stoplights between where we are and home. In a silent car with the two of us sitting close. Neither of us can think straight. When these thoughts they don't go away, but we can't bring ourselves to face what we're scared to face. That we got stoplights. Too many lists of things to do. Now no time to pick and choose. We got a few more streets to go. Neither of us wanna be alone, but we can't bring ourselves to face what we're scared to face.
All right, so can you go down the line and introduce yourselves?
I'm Cade.
Bobby.
I'm John. And I'm Jordan.
So how did you guys meet?
Me and John and Jordan actually grew up in the same church, and we played in a worship team together for quite a long period of time, quite a few years, and then Bob came along kind of towards the end whenever we were all leaving and going off and doing other things in life, and at a certain point we decided, hey, what if we got together and made a band? Like we have some chemistry.
And with me, even also with you guys for like a few years. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Yeah. And we started the band. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, John's got some.
So just for a time frame, Cade and I have known each other since we were probably about 12, and I've known Jordan since I was probably about 11, and then Bobby, I think we met about 5 or 6 years ago.
So how did you decide that Knowne Ghost was the right name for your band?
Oh my god.
Only Cade knows.
Yeah.
It's like the hardest thing to do. Like writing the songs is the easy part when it comes to like naming your band.
Yeah. We
Well,
should tell him our old name.
I was
We
gonna
should
say.
call True Honey for like a week or two.
Yeah, we were called True Honey because a guy that we all know, he had kind of just jokingly said that would be like a good band name, and so we just took it on. And I asked his permission first, but so we didn't like steal it from him or anything.
Of course.
And then we all decided, okay, we probably need to get a different name. It's that True Honey's funny, but we need to get serious about this. And I think we spent 2 months just throwing around names constantly and couldn't decide on a single thing. And then I'm sitting in a Starbucks doing some like college work or something like that. And Ghost, I can't remember which one came first, the Knowne or the Ghost. I think Ghost was the first thing. And then I was like, okay, there's something there. And then I was like, I need something that goes with that vowel, the O vowel. And I was like, Knowne. Okay, that's kind of weird, but we'll go with it. And then I
Throw an E on it.
and then we threw an E on it.
No,
And then we, I just kind of said, all right, we've been doing this for 2 months. We got to settle on something. We could change it later down the line if we want to, but this is going to be it for right now. And we've never changed it.
I like it. Who are your top like 5 artists that you listen to the most? And you can go down the line.
I know for me, The National is my number one. And then I also love Sun Kill Moon, anything Mark Kozolek does. I just think he's a wonderful songwriter, and I love listening to his stuff. And then I love Cold War Kids. I love me some Local Natives. And yeah, those are kind of some top ones for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like the bands I think of that I really like when I'm trying to get into the Knowne Ghost drum making mindset are definitely like bands like Interpol or The National and even Spoon. But like just to have like it has like I like the sort of mechanical but also very human drum sound. And I listen to a ton of other music that I don't necessarily get influenced by for Knowne Ghost, but I would say those are my like Knowne Ghost vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with The National as well, with Cade. For me, I discovered through Cade, I discovered Arcade Fire when I was really young. And so that was one of my favorite bands for like those first 3 records. Local Natives as well. I'm a big fan of them. And my girlfriend got me into Always. And I really love that band. Like that album, the 2017 Antisocialites, was fantastic.
Yeah, we actually saw them live together. Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah, I definitely have to say The National, Local Natives. I think as a bassist, I really appreciate Interpol. Their bassist is killer, so I try to pull from that. And then I really like Daywave and Oberhofer. So those are mine.
lost the confidence of all my friends. Now I sit lazily on my purple mattress. Take me seriously, no one visits my address. I got half of November. I got November up my sleeve. I'll get you half of November. I got November up my sleeve. Water still slipping 5 feet down. Allegory on my whole drought. I still touch bottom and never fill up. I'm a better rainmaker when I fill my own cup. And lip service doesn't get us too far. Now I smoke on my stomach in my own backyard. Water still slipping 5 feet down, and I keep pressing play, but it plays no sounds when I got half of November. I've got November up my sleeve. I'll get you half of November. I got November up my sleeve. I got half of November. I got November up my sleeve. I'll get you half of November. I've got November up my sleeve. And maybe it's crazy. God is nowhere to be found. I'm lazy, you come save me. Then again, why parade on through the clouds when I got half of November? I got November up my sleeve. I'll get you half of November. I got November up my sleeve.
So how do you write songs together? Do you bring, does one of you bring a song and then you kind of build on it? Or do you kind of just jam
You should
and,
tell them how it was in the very beginning, but how it is now, like
Yeah.
how much it's changed.
yeah, how far have you come? You know, tell us the process.
So I think there's only been like 2 or 3 different ways that we've ever done this.
Yeah.
The normal way is that I'll write something, I'll write a song and I'll have the structure, I'll have the chord progression, I'll have the melody and the words. And then I show it to the guys, I kind of let them hear what I'm thinking, and then they deconstruct it and say, well, what if we did this instead? Well, what if we did that instead? We've had songs where, like, all I wanted was just, like, some toms on the drums and for it to be really slow and kind of sad and down-tempo. And they've, like, completely flipped it on its head to the point that I had to walk out of the room and be like, no, I don't know about this.
Like
I don't, like, I'm having, yeah, our song Kate that we released is that story where we just flipped it on its head and I was like, you know what? It is better this way. Like, I had to come to terms with the fact that it's way better once they deconstruct it and then we put it back together. And so that's the typical way we do it. And then another way is that we'll start jamming. And then we find something that we really like and we kind of just record it on a phone or something. And I listen back to it a little bit and I start creating a song again. And then we go back to kind of step one that we do where I bring what I have based off that and they deconstruct it and we reconstruct it. And we just do that through several cycles until we have something that we're all proud of. Is there a different way that you guys can think of?
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, it's just cool. Like, it's like a very collaborative process. Like, Cade is like the songwriter for Knowne Ghost, but we do like really add a lot, I guess, and like change it up. But yeah, in the beginning it was very different, but it's become more of a democratic process.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be a bit of a dictator.
But it was fine. Yeah. So I feel like through that, doing it that way, we all got like a good idea of like what sounds you were hearing, but then we also are putting our own twist on it, and so it makes it Knowne Ghost and not just like one person.
Yeah, now that we've kind of been doing this for a while, and we know the sounds that we're good with. It's funny because now I'll just like throw a song out into the ring, and it's like, all right, do your magic, because they make it sound completely different than even what's in my head, and I love it every single time.
So tell me about your favorite show you've ever played.
I'm quick to say that it was at Petra's because we normally have a good time at Petra's every time we play there in Charlotte. But I think, did we ever do an out-of-towner that was like really good? No, never mind. Out-of-towners have kind of been hit or miss. They've never been amazing. Yeah. It's normally just the manager of the place being like, hey, can you turn down a little bit? That's normally what that amounts to. But Snug Harbor in Charlotte, I think we had a show there one time that it just seemed like everything was falling into place. Like the sound was set up perfectly to, especially like one of the big difficulties is sometimes getting my voice loud enough and clear on certain parts can be really difficult for certain songs, and just the sound guy had just dialed it in perfectly, and everyone was feeling it. You could see people kind of dancing around in the crowd, and it was awesome. The energy was great. So,
Yeah. I agree with Cade, but just to spice it up, we played a show at Summit Coffee one time, and it was like a stripped down version of Knowne Ghost. We had like electric acoustics, keyboard, and I was playing with like brushes, and we arranged the songs a little bit differently, and it was a really good crowd, and it was just a fun change of pace. And Summit Coffee rocks.
I agree with Cade in the sense that energy is what sticks out to me, but my favorite show would be this place, formerly called The Station, but it's called Skylark Social Club in Charlotte. And oddly enough, we were opening that show, but the way that place is laid out is there is no like stage like that's elevated. Everything is on the same level, and it's like a tight place. So the sound is just like envelops everyone. And also, like, everyone's, like, really, like, on the same level as you right in front of you. And we opened that show, but there was some, like, friends that were playing with us and friends that came out. And some people who, like, were, like, kind of big in, like, the Charlotte scene or whatever. And they were, like, standing, like, front row. And we were debuted our song half of November, the second one that we played. And that was the first time we played it live, and we were really pumped about that one. And I just, like, remember seeing people being, like, super into that. We opened with that song, and I was like...
That was a good show.
And I was like, this.
I forgot about that.
And I was like, this is going to be an excellent set after that. So.
Well, I kind of have two. I think one would be our first show that we ever played in Charlotte. Because starting out, we just played open mic nights in Cornelius, North Carolina, and those were fun. And that was just a good opportunity for us to like get our bearings as a band, and really dial it in. But when we got that first show in Charlotte at the Rue. It's closed now, has been for, I think it closed down right after we played. But we literally shut it down. I think just as like a band, just playing in like the big city for the first time is just, it's really cool. And I think like we played all of our songs like perfectly, even though we were still kind of new at it. But I think my overall favorite show we've ever played is another one in Cornelius, but it was an event called Laketoberfest. It was just a huge event that they put together. A lot of different breweries and stuff in the area had all come together. And it was just like, I mean, had to have been like 2,000 people there. It was just this huge soccer field, just like, and we didn't really expect that. There was like, hey, we're going to have this event. It's called Laketoberfest, so you guys come play. And I was like, cool. And we showed up, and it was just like, I mean, I'd been playing for a long time, and we had been playing as a band for a long time, and I was nervous because it was just like, it was, but I think that was just a cool opportunity. So definitely favorite.
Who is your guilty pleasure band to listen to?
I
Like-
can't start this one because I don't. I got to think about it. I got to think
Let
about
Jordan start. I got
it.
to
Yeah,
think.
Jordan's the master of this.
I'm not even guilty about it. I really like the Kings of Leon, and I listen to them all the time.
Okay.
every time I'm in the car because they get me going.
They're the Kings.
They're the Kings. Yeah.
Guilty pleasures. I think I think guilty pleasures is tough because you kind of sound pretentious if you name something that's not super guilty sometimes. But like, I guess for me, like I get really into like certain pop artists, like when they release like dope albums. I don't know if it's really guilty, but I listened to like a ton of Ariana Grande this year. Like I was like, man, she killed it this year, and I don't know if that's guilty. I think it's awesome. I'm not like embarrassed or anything, but that's the first thing that came to my mind, I guess.
So I listened to like the cool emo, like American football and that kind of stuff. But like back in high school, I listened to stuff like Dashboard Confessional, Senses Fail, and that kind of stuff, some Screamo even. And every now and then I like to jam out to that secretly.
Okay, I'm going to agree with Jordan on Kings of Leon and John on the pop artist thing. And then I'm going to say that I will gladly listen to some The Fray, especially that first album is just wonderful from beginning to end. And then some early Coldplay.
I was about to say, I don't even early Coldplay.
And I don't even feel guilty about it.
Early Coldplay was fire. Like those
Parachutes is like
Yeah.
great album.
Did y'all see the? I think it's called The Head Full of Dreams movie that they just released.
No.
It's like,
There's a lot of reasons why I might not be inclined to do that.
yeah,
And
Is it good?
yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. Like it takes it all the way back to
Oh,
when they
then
started.
Maybe I should watch it.
It's pretty cool.
I don't know if it's like acceptable or not, but I definitely still listen to the Smashing Pumpkins, even though Billy Corgan is like the worst. But whatever.
You know, it's guilty pleasures. You know. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on Canary Sessions. We really appreciate it. Y'all sounded awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. We like to plug our sponsor, Heyday Guitars. Heyday Guitars is a guitar shop on 414 Brookstown Avenue. Come on down and buy a guitar and amp, and talk to Michael. He's a super awesome dude. He'll get you hooked up with what you need. And as always, like and comment, subscribe, and click that little bell at the bottom. And we'll see you next time. My name is Hudson.